Is that the last game Ange Postecoglou will manage at Tottenham Hotspur? Because I think it might be. I think this might be time up for Ange at Tottenham. It pains me to say it because most of you who are already subscribed will know I'm a massive fan of Ange Postecoglou. But now, even at this stage, it's quite untenable. I'm not sure how much I can defend this guy. Now, we've gone to Everton. We've lost 3-2, which is a flattering scoreline. If you look at that on paper, you think, not too bad. Shocking. Just shocking. A shocking result. And I think I'm done, really, with this now. I'm done with Daniel Levy, and I'm really painful to say that I think that's the end of Ange Postecoglou at Spurs. I've backed him a lot. I've, said he's gone a lot with injuries and all that sort of stuff, but it's not working. It's not working, and I believe there'd be other managers up and down the league. Look at Orel at Bournemouth, how many injuries they've got, and they're still ticking, and they went to Newcastle and got a result. But that's my thoughts to start off with. But before we go any further, if you are new to the Sunday Talk Spurs YouTube channel, get down below. Are you Ange out? Are you Ange in? I'd like to know what you think about that. Leave a like because it helps support the channel and moves this video around the algorithm a lot. And also subscribe, hit the notification bell because it'll let you know when I've gone live, probably soon, when I think the announcement for Ange's sacking will happen in the next few days. But to start, let's get the stats up because they were an absolute horror read, I can imagine. Let me just find my tabs and load it. So, even this flatters us. Shots from Everton were 12 and 6 on target. Us was 11 and 6, and we had 65% possession. And in the Premier League table now, that result puts us, obviously, Ipswich still to play City, but I doubt they'll get a result. That puts us 15th. Everton are now only 4 points behind us, and Wolves are 8 points behind us. Honestly, we've got the record of a relegated club. I think in the form table since November, only Leicester and Southampton are worse than us. So that goes to show what the downward spiral, the circus that Tottenham is. I've blamed Daniel Levy a lot, but this result again falls, you have to blame Ange because it's just he's not getting a tune out of good players, out of Son, out of, James Maddison and players such as this. And I've defended Ange Postecoglou a lot recently. I've defended him. I've gone at the players. I've gone at the owner, which, I can, today, poor. We made Everton look like prime Barcelona. This Everton team, before today, had not scored 2 goals in open play all season. And they'd scored 2 in the first half. 3 if you count, the corner and the cross, maybe. I'm not sure if that counts. But we made them look amazing. Dominic Calvert-Lewin hasn't scored a goal since September. And Ndiaye, oh my God, Dragusin, he's terrible, isn't he? Radu Dragoson's terrible. It was just such an awful game, and the team and the thing is, a lot of them are young, so they've got potential. So I will say that, but we settled with a back 3. It was all over the place. We're playing Everton, just appointed David Moyes for a second stint. It's terrible. It's not good, and I think, as I say, that might be the end for Ange Postecoglou. Pains me to say it, but I don't think you can. What can you do from here? Because I feel like I know what's going to happen. And obviously we went into this game knowing that Dominic Calvert-Lewin is injured for up to 6 weeks, potentially, with a knee injury that he got in training. Get your head around that. Another injury for Spurs. Apparently, I read a stat, 40% of the hamstring injuries in the entire Premier League are at Spurs. Okay, that makes sense. And then I've forgotten and so another injury. There's injuries. You've got to blame maybe the system for these injuries now, because it's getting kind of ridiculous. But it's just so frustrating because, as I was saying, like a lot of Spurs fans, they run up TalkSport and they'd say, "I'd finish 17th," or take a cup. But you look at it now without Dominic Solanke. We don't look like we're going to, go to Anfield and get a result. They'll turn us over. Villa will probably knock us out of the FA Cup. And we're still not actually, we've got to beat Hoffenheim and Elfsborg to get through to the Europa League. And that's even if we get through, and we'll probably play a team and get knocked out by them. So I said, before I'd say give out to the end of the season, but the way we're going is just, it's bad. It's bad. But I will say one positive thing, and it's sort of a positive linked to a negative. The away fans today were fantastic. If you were in that away end, well done you. Non-stop leaving out chance. He was there as well, Daniel Levy. So the problem is it will make him act and he will sack him. So if you want Ange sacked, you've probably done something good there. But it goes to show how pathetic Daniel Levy is. He is an embarrassment. He needs to get out of this club. That's another issue for another day. But yeah, it's just I can't defend it anymore. I can't defend Ange Postecoglou because it's just really tricky. It's really, really tricky because I still think, I think he's good, and when it's good, it's good. But what I said was when Ange came in, and even earlier in the season, even when we weren't getting results, the football was still good to watch, and you saw something there. Under Conte, and under Mourinho, it was bad. Under Nuno, it was bad. Sometimes we get results, but it was an awful watch. Ange ball was a good watch, but now the last few weeks, it's a terrible watch, and we're not getting the results. So what's the point? My choice would be Areola, but why would he leave Bournemouth? They've just won 4-1 up at Newcastle. Why would he come here? I think they're sixth in the Premier League. I wouldn't do it. Thomas Frank, why would he leave Brentford? Money, and maybe you're at a big six club, if you can even call ourselves that anymore. But yeah, an embarrassment, an absolute embarrassment. Where do Tottenham go from here? They might not even sack him. That's the thing. They might actually not sack him. Because I'd love him to get longer, really, in the grand scheme of things, but it's just not good. And there's no evidence for me to suggest that. Why should we keep him? What was out there today against Everton at Goodison Park to say that's why we should keep him? Because you look up and down the team, they're just all knackered. Like Kulusevski looks knackered. Jed Spence knackered. Pedro Porro knackered. And they're not improving. These players are not getting better. If anything, they're stagnating or regressing. Especially someone like Son. My word, what is going on with him? And yeah, the results aren't stacking up. The last win was against Southampton under Russell Martin in December. So it goes to show, they're rubbish. In the Premier League, that is win. But yeah, and you have one result out of the, every blue moon when we beat Liverpool in the Cup, or you beat City in the Cup, or you beat City away, and they've been rubbish as well. Beat United, they've been rubbish. Teams are working us out, and they have worked us out. David Moyes, he's locked us out before when he was at West Ham. He knew what to do today. And we're getting bullied, we're getting out-muscled, there's no fight. And that comes from the manager. It all trickles down. It comes from Levy, it comes from the manager, it comes from the players. And it's just poor. It's just really, really poor. And as I say, I can't defend it. This is one most rant and most irate I've been. But what are we meant to do? How are we meant to resolve this? What is next for Spurs? You're going to have to get down in the comments down below and tell me what do you want? Because last couple of weeks, I've not heard many solutions. I've just heard of the problems, and I've gone through problems there. I'm not sure of the solutions. I'm really, a dead end when it comes to what Tottenham do next. Because it's all well and good questioning Ange, but how do we act? Who do we bring in? What do we do? How does that manager, will he get backed? Because the problems will always come from Daniel Levy. There's a reason we've won one trophy in his tenure. There's a reason that, our FFP is so good and our PSR. There's a reason, because we don't back these managers. We don't give them a chance. So I do think it's a lot of bit of both when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur's issues. But yeah, that's all I've got time for today. I'm out of breath. You can tell I'm deflated. I'm going to go and watch Haaland hopefully do well for me in FPL. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. You Ange or Ange out. Leave your like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And until the next episode, which will probably be me reacting to his sacking probably, I'll see you guys then. Ciao.